ghost, I usually don't do the ghost until the guy puts this on.
Nope, don't even care about that. So I'm getting the space right here, however you want to. Getting this elbow in the check the hip, right? Getting this under, and I'm essentially pushing you over my head while I'm doing that reverse shrimp. And once I get up here, I switch my hips. And immediately try to reach over and grab that chin strap, and then get up to the front head.
So yeah, I see how you're like the little uppercut.
Yeah, it's like I'm using both arms. I'm heaving something heavy over my head, and once I get my legs out enough so I can switch my hips, then it's pretty much a done deal. But I don't want to fuck up and lose the chin strap, because you can still like scramble out of there at times.
I like your armor cross because I don't have to worry about the cross brace.
Right, yeah. So that's the ghost. And then when I start going for this ghost escape, right, they're gonna take their bottom arm and check my hip, right? So they check the hip, and I can't really ghost because if I go this way, he's just gonna follow me. Hell, he might even walk north-south eventually, but that's all right. We're gonna worry about some other point. What I'm gonna do with this ghost hook right here is I'm gonna take this and wrap up his shoulder or the top of his tricep if I possibly can. This is gonna be a nice tight grip, and I'm gonna hold the shoulder close to my belly. This hand that's on the cross face is gonna go back to the other side. And from this point, I'm gonna essentially do the same motion with my legs. I'm gonna reverse shrimp out, but instead of pointing towards the head, I'm gonna point towards the feet. And I'm gonna use this hook right here, and I'm gonna essentially pull it across my body and use this to pull myself up. So feet in, reverse shrimp, pull, and I'm bellying down right here. I have to stay heavy on this arm right here. Heavy, 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 crawl up, crawl up, crawl up. Spiral ride right here, and get into my turtle position. So I'm starting the ghost, he checks the hip. I get my grip right here. If I need to walk my feet out slightly away from him, I can. Holding this guy, staying heavy on this arm, heavy on this arm. Get that spiral right in, and finish in the side turtle position. A lot of times when people fuck this up, is when I get everything right, everything's right here, and I release the pressure here. Like, even if I have the grip, but if I release the pressure, he's gonna pull that arm out and pin me back down, and I'm gonna start again. So the most important part of this, check it out, is I'm staying heavy on this arm the entire time. Heavy, 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 the entire time. So I call that the under drag. It's a super effective one. So a lot of times though, when I start going for the ghost, he checks the hip, and I start hitting this. If he starts pressuring his chest at me, hell, he might even get to his toes. You don't have to do that much for the camera. If you get up to your toes or something, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to drag this guy out. But what I can do is I can take this opposite arm, I'm gonna wrap this over the back of his head, so my bicep is gonna be kind of on the base of his skull, and this hand is gonna reach for the opposite armpit. Now I'm gonna take a really, really tight grip on the armpit, still having a tight grip on this tricep right here. My feet are gonna walk towards him, and you gotta give me some pressure. So he's pressuring me this entire time. He's still pressuring me. When I get my feet next to him, I'm gonna bridge and roll over my left shoulder, staying tight on this arm and this armpit until I get up and establish my side control. Are you good on that? Okay. So this is the counter to the counter to the counter to the counter? I don't know. How many counters is that? So I start going for the ghost. He counters. I counter his counter. He's pressuring me, so now I gotta counter to the counter, whatever it is. I'm reaching over. Feet towards, hard bridge, over my shoulder. Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight. Establish your side control. Okay?